So, this is something that I don't talk about very often because it's difficult to say out loud, but I think that I can paint a pretty vivid picture. Okay, so take yourselves back. It's right after basic training. I'm in AIT, which is where they teach you how to do whatever your job is for the military. Veterinary food inspector. But there is this one squad leader who is going on to OCS, so he's going to be an officer. He's on his way to making that good money. He's serious all the time. I think maybe I saw him laugh 3 times, and all 3 of them were like the last day as we were leaving AIT and going off to our respective homes and such. So it's important that you can picture this very serious face young man. He's blonde, blue-eyed. He looks like a Nazi with a purpose. So, one day I find myself in the shower area. And in the military, it's a lot like how people picture prison. So, you walk into a circular room, and there are just shower heads going all the way around the wall, and people just step up to a shower head, do their thing. There is no separator. There is nothing. You just need to mind where your eyes are going. Would have been awesome to see the ladies, but anyway. So I'm in there, and I am alone. I don't remember what day it was. I remember being alone, and I'm showering. And out of seemingly thin air, the serious-faced Nazi dude shows up. And now he's showering across from me. Not a big problem. I have been showering in these military conditions long enough. Can I just pause and say their bathrooms are unspeakably disgusting. Like, jail, most of the time, looked better than the military bathrooms I saw in the barracks. Anyway, we're in there. I'm accustomed to averting my eyes. I have never had a problem not taking a peek at a man's dick at a urinal before or anything, so that's not an issue for me. I know how to look away. I said all that to say this. Don't ask me why I decided to focus on him for a second. That was all it took. And I get it now, like, if you've peeked at a dude's dick at the urinal or something, and he catches you, you really don't have an excuse, like, why were you looking at my dick? I don't know, man, it was out. But, again, that's not my problem. I focus in on him, and we're directly across from each other in the room. So, when I look over at him, I think I'm washing my hair. He has his eyes closed, so he can't see me seeing him. But he has his eyes closed, and he's facing me with, okay, he's on his tippy toes. And I can see it like he's in front of me right now. And this was easily 16, 17 years ago. So he's on his tippy toes. His eyes are closed. And he is facing me, spreading his butt cheeks apart because he's washing out his ass, I guess. And I know everybody does it. I don't know exactly how I look when I'm washing my ass. I don't think I get on my tiptoes. That's just, I don't think I do that. Perhaps I arch my back so that the water can get deep into my ass. I don't know though. I just, cleaning my ass is my thing. I do it. Nobody's ever seen me do it. I don't think. I have showered with a couple of women. I don't know how in there I got. I think I get behind them and then get in there so they can't see me. But seeing him like that, stripped away, all of the intimidating ice-like gazes that he gave, the fact that he never laughed at a joke, the fact that he might soon die in service, because officers die more than others. And it just became this image frozen in my mind, like when they tell you to try to picture people naked. Some like that, except with more disgust.
Something that has boggled my mind forever is, why don't white people like wearing shoes? I don't get it. Like, they don't like them from pretty much the moment that they step into the world. And then as adults, they just really get real flagrant about the whole no shoot, no shirt, no policy. Wait, no shoes, no shirt, no service. There we go. Like, they just can't keep your fucking shoes on. And this comes up because I was in the gym last week, and I'm looking at this dude who's stretching. It's like packed, so everybody's trying their best to get social distance, but you're just fighting for a square. And he's trying to do stretches behind this white dude who's got his shoes off on the mat with everybody else who is with said shoes. And I remember I took a picture because I was like, how dare you? And then I just had a flash of all of these moments that I can think of, white people just displaying the utmost disrespect towards footwear. Like, every time that I've ever been on an airplane, and prior to this quarantine, that was a little bit often, and yeah, they'll just kick their feet off, or their shoes off, and put their feet up wherever. Are we trapped on this plane together for the next 9 hours? Could give a damn. My feet have got to breathe. Get a more comfortable shoe. Allbirds are wonderful for that. Cole Haan casual shoes as well. And as much as I hate to say it, like, I don't like suggesting sandals as footwear ever. Unless you're somewhere where they're the only thing that's safe and nothing comes to mind. Like, I recently just bought some swim shoes. That's how anti-sandal I am. And I guess that my confusion over white people and shoes comes from the fact that I myself never have an inclination to show the world my feet. Now, I don't have the worst looking toes ever. I don't think they're going to win a competition either, but I just don't believe that straight men should have their toes out. Like, if you're gay, live your life. And if you're African, live your life. Okay, here's something. There was this white girl that I used to talk to years and years ago. And she could not believe when I told her that straight black men don't show their feet. She was like, what kind of sense does that make? And I was like, I'm telling you, man, we don't rock sandals, unless you're gay. You're gay or you're African if you're black and you've got your feet out. And you're not, just because you're a dark-skinned Hispanic, because they like to have their toes out too, that does not qualify for what I'm talking about. Because Africans, gay men, white dudes, and Hispanic dudes love having their toes out. And white dudes have their feet out in some of the nastiest areas. You can't wear sandals to go to a baseball game. Not if you're going to go to the bathroom, because pee shoots everywhere. But we only realize it when we're at home, because then you either have socks or your bare feet. So you get hit by that little bit of urine and you're like, that's wild. And you don't think about the fact that you don't feel that when you're in public because you have shoes on. So when you're pissing, if some hits you, you go, damn. Well, I can't really tell. It'll dry up. But you're just exposed, white guys. Don't even get me started on grown men that I've seen getting into fights with flip-flops on and how ridiculous that looks. Plus, somebody could step on your toe. Your feet shouldn't be out. What if you need to run? For all the snickering we do behind the backs of black guys who are still sagging their pants in 2021, and they're unable to even go upstairs, let alone run from the law, so please don't break it. But somebody running in flip-flops, because some white dudes who are partying and not giving a fuck because they'll punch you right in the mouth, some of those dudes are not in the proper footwear. You can't run from the police in sandals. Not with respect. You have to, and it's weird. Hilarious, though. I appreciate all the pictures of it. But she couldn't believe the black guys didn't do this. So it started while we were still talking to one another. She would text me every now and again, and it wasn't often because she didn't see it often, but every now and again she would be like, I saw a black guy wearing sandals today. And at first, the first time she said it, I was like, yeah, but do you know if they're straight? Do you know if they're African? And she didn't. She's like, damn it, next time I'm going to have to do a little bit more homework. And I was like, not a problem. And they probably won't mind you asking because it's a conversation that's not really had. So I'm sure either they know or they're going to be like, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm a black guy and I'm straight and I have on sandals. But straight black guys don't wear sandals. Not often. It takes a special kind of black dude to walk outside. Like my dad, I never saw him in sandals, thank God. My dad was one of the kind of black dudes. He used to wear fanny packs all the time. So I know that if he felt strongly about wiggling his toes for the world to see, he'd have been out there in them, and probably not like respectable slides, probably like one of the lesbian sandals. I don't know why I call them that, but lesbians always wear them. It's like how pretty women drive Jettas. It's the sandals with the Velcro straps. One is like right above your toes, and then the other one is near your ankles to tell the world I didn't even try today. So she starts texting me after she's had conversations, and it goes gay, African, and I think after like 5 years, she texted me that she finally ran into a straight black guy who had his bare feet out and was like, yeah, no, I'm straight. I don't mind having my feet out. She's like, that's one. And it took 5 years for her to run across somebody once I had opened her third eye about things. I don't know why it is that we don't, because I remember when I was a child, my mother would try to put me in sandals. I didn't like it. I was like, why would I want my feet? Something felt wrong about being a guy and having my feet out. Now, there are women out there who shouldn't present their toes and do, but that's your prerogative. But some of y'all, you can tuck them in. If your feet don't look good, you don't have to show us. There are so many styles of shoes. And if your feet aren't done, keep some tennis shoes around. You don't have to walk out with the chipped nails and the toes that look like you've been filing them against the sidewalk or something. I've seen a lot of wild things, and it breaks my heart to see so many bunions around the city. But, if you feel differently, if you've met straight black men who like having their feet out, let me know, because I don't know. I think there's some kind of a mythical creature. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Jacking It, the podcast where we just check in, let you know what we think about some things that you might need when it comes to loving yourself. Okay? Now, today I thought that we would look through some lotions. I know a lot of people are constantly curious, what's the best lotion to use? And before we get into those, I just want to point out that if you're not using any kind of lubricant and you're just masturbating raw, shame on you. The apes learn to walk upright, okay? We use medicines now. We stopped having sex with 12-year-old children because as a society, we've agreed that, we try to move forward. And that includes lubricating your penis when you're going to jack yourself off a little bit. All right, now let's look at some brands that we have here. I've used most of them. I don't pretend to be an expert. I can only share my dick's personal opinions as far as these lotions are concerned. All right, first lotion on our list, Nivea. I believe that I'm pronouncing that right. I haven't seen one of their commercials in a really long time. A lot of us probably came across some Nivea when our mothers or a sister or even a woman who accidentally left some of her lotion was around. If you put it on your penis, honestly, shellacked is how I felt. It's just, it felt too watery. Like, I think that when you put it on your face, it's doing a lot of work as far as moisturizing goes. And I don't know that dicks need that kind of attention. That's just how I feel. You know, when you just feel like you can't get something off, like when you're done, you're gonna have to wash your penis and your balls after that, because that stuff's just gonna, it's gonna stay. All right, moving on. Palmer's Cocoa Butter. All right, that is a lotion. I know it sounds like a cocoa butter. Those familiar with Palmer know what it does. It's not bad. I feel like you can get a real good grip, because any lotion that has cocoa butter heavily enriched in their formula, that's gonna really, it's gonna dissipate fast. So I'd say if you were to give a couple pumps into your palm, you're gonna need a couple more, on average 20 to 35 strokes. All right, depends on, you know, if your dick is bigger or smaller, that number can go up and down. But end of the day, I think it's a good lotion to use. It's a little expensive for the amount that comes in the bottle, but you know, if that's your jam, treat yourself. All right, let's move on to Lubriderm. Lubriderm is water with like a touch of spit or something in it, but that stuff is super watery. I don't like it anywhere on my body. If it's on my hands, I could lock myself in a bathroom 2 hours later. Like, you're just trapped. You're a victim to circumstance if you're using Lubriderm. And it's not cheap. I don't know who it's for. Maybe as we get older, our body responds differently to Lubriderm, and you are not laminated inside whatever outfit and room that you're in. But I'm going to suggest that if you're less than 50 years old, let's stay away from Lubriderm, all right, unless you've built up some dependence to it. Hempz, HEMPZ, some kind of hemp-infused lotion. I would not put that on my penis. It is $14 a bottle. Haven't tried it, but I had to mention that. Aveeno. Aveeno is not bad, actually. It is a moisturizing lotion for dry skin, but I don't think your penis is going to mind. I think it's going to actually thank you. You can use it. It's like $9 a bottle, and it's not bad. You know, Gold Bond, also not bad. It's a little bit cocoa buttery, so you're going to be pumping a lot. You're going to be running out of lotion often, especially while we fiddle to find the right, you know, video to really bust one to. If you're like me, you can find yourself looking around for 40 minutes, pumping on and off the entire time, trying to find the right video with the right pregnant woman or feet or whatever you're into. We could talk about these lotions forever. Let's bring it home with these last two. Vaseline. Vaseline, please see my thoughts on Lubriderm, because Vaseline is really just a slip and slide. And then lastly, Jergens. Now, we're going to go ahead and crown them the winner. Because Jergens is pound for pound what you need to be pounding yourself with. Okay? The stuff is not too wet. It's nice and cool. It's got a great fragrance to it personally. I love the cherry almond original aroma. All right? My lady likes it. Okay? She'll never know if I was jacking off or not, because I just love putting the shit on. But when it comes to jacking it, it's gonna stay for a little while. I'm gonna say you can get 40 to 50 jacks with a few pumps into your palm. All right? You can blow a whole Sunday. I was going to say blow your load, but that would be, you know, in bad taste a little bit. But you can blow a whole Sunday with a bottle of Jergens and probably do it again every week for a couple of months. You know what I'm talking about? Treat yourself. Let me know if there's any lotions out there that I've missed. And as always, jacket smart, all right? Man. You remember Dodge neons? They used to be everywhere. Now I don't see them anywhere. Where the hell did they all go? Times are changing. I got my first BJ Dodge Neon. Wonder who's driving now.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. I believe that I have calculated how we can fix the issue of prison overpopulation, and mostly how we can adjust our budget and spend next to nothing on motivating your citizens to obey within the laws. I believe that most people operate within the confines of your laws to avoid what they know as prison rape. So, why don't we do away with the whole prison for almost all crimes and get straight to what people are scared of? Currently, if I were to murder someone, a judge would sentence me and give me a time of minimum 22 years. The subtext within that 22 years is that there will be more than ample opportunities for someone to anally rape me. So why don't we cut straight to the chase and tell someone, hey, 2,000 rapes. You heard me. 2,000. Now, you can have them whenever you like. You're going to stay in this facility until you've hit 2,000. But we can knock them out once a week. You can knock them out every month if you like. You can stretch them out for 22 years if that's what you'd like. Or you can really stretch that thing on out and let us just get straight to business. Stop breaking the law. Stop breaking the law. Stop breaking the law. Because as a robot, not only can I properly do this function, but I will never get tired. I will never slow my stroke. I will kill them.
It is hard to believe that it has basically been a year. Excuse me. I know for a fact that on the 21st of March last year, I was inside, and it's wild that, like, a year has come and gone so fast. Hopefully, everybody else is kind of like my wife and I. We realized yesterday, like, the days are just really flying by. Which, I mean, I guess that's a good thing as opposed to them dragging on. And I think it's because of how we split up the day. So one of us will wake up a little earlier than the other. You're parenting for that morning while the other person has total solitude if they want. And that is just refreshing. And it's good. Like, you get a little time alone with the kid. You get to do your own stuff. The other person gets to breathe. It is interesting. We were watching that South Park vaccination special. And the boys kind of went through the breakups that I guess a lot of people are going through after having spent a lot of time together. It's a little sad that people are like going through this massive wave of holy shit, I can't stand you. I just had to be trapped with you to understand that. I hope most people have realized, like, you know what? I think we made a good decision here because I don't want to kill you at all. Oh, and to follow up, I told this very long story of how I tried to buy my wife this LED mask. It's for the skin. She's always buying a bunch of oils and lotions and things. So when I heard that they made LED masks that aren't cheap that you can do at home, I was like, oh snap, she'll love that. So I tried to have it sent like a month early. I got it early February. Her birthday was in early March. And they sent it like on a Greyhound that had UPS written on the side of it. So it left California and did nothing for like 2 weeks. And I was like, okay, at some point I'll ask for an ETA or something. But right now it's still scheduled to arrive on time. And it was supposed to arrive the week before. Had all kinds of back and forth with UPS. I swear, they are the worst. And I don't know how they stay in business because most people have a bad experience with them. But they must undercut their competitors by so much that people are forced to do business with them. Like, well, you know, UPS is losing money to deliver my packages. But the question is that the packages rarely ever get delivered and are certainly not delivered without stress. Is it worth it? Give that extra shekel and go to FedEx or even the United States Postal Service. I know we shit on the post office all the time. I have never had the kind of dealings with the post office that I've had with UPS. And this is coming from somebody who has stood mad in the back of a 3-hour line at the post office to pick up a package. I love them compared to UPS. UPS has basically been emotionally circumcising me again every time that I have to deal with them. I've been circumcised. There's no more skin to take. Anyway, they lied to me several times right before her birthday and the package was supposed to arrive. One person told me, oh, your package is at the spot that you wanted to pick it up at. And I was like, are you sure? Because, no offense, if I walk 15 minutes to find out that the package isn't there, I'm going to be pretty mad. On my end, it doesn't show it's delivered. And she's like, nope, trust me, it's delivered. And sure enough, I walked down there. The moment I walked in the door of this UPS pickup place, the guy's like, I don't do UPS anymore. And I spun around, and I could only laugh and be mad at myself because I was like, God damn it, you knew it wasn't going to be there. You trusted that woman. You tried. But okay. So then I scream at them some more on the phone. This is like, what was this? This was the Monday. Her birthday was on Tuesday. So at this point, I'm like, well, there's no way it's going to be here on her birthday, so fuck me. And they tell me that they're helping me. I check on the morning of her birthday, and the package is being sent back to California. Now, normally they hold it after 3 attempts in a place in Mazpeth, which is nowhere close to me. But after attempt 2, they sent it back to California. I was furious. Somebody goes, okay, I can get them to stop it. And she did. There was a note the next day. There's been a mistake. This needs to go back. Because I was like, okay, I will wait outside like a creep for the UPS man. I'll hide in a bush. Send it back. It took a month. No, that's an exaggeration. Her birthday was a little over 2 weeks ago. So it took another 2 weeks for it to get sent back from California to finally arrive. So now she's able to use it. But I got to tell you, I wouldn't have done any of that if it weren't for the fact that the company I bought it from, Poosh, Poosh, owned by Kourtney Kardashian, doesn't do refunds. Funny little story, I was actually comparing it with another LED mask that I liked more, and it was on Amazon, so I could have gotten it in 2 days, and I wanted to see when it was going to come, but they wouldn't show me when it was going to be delivered until I went through the checkout. But you know how sometimes they'll be like, all right, here's all the information, confirm or review or something. I was just trying to get to that page. Next thing I know, they've confirmed my purchase of the mask that we now own. And I meant to get something else. I didn't even check their return policy because I didn't mean to check out. But I was like, fuck it. I was getting one anyway. You work. And yeah, then I found out we were stuck with it. So the only thing they could do was send us another one. So we're supposed to get another one, I believe, today. If we do, you better believe that I will be having some kind of a, I was going to say giveaway. I don't know. I might sell it. Or we'll find some way to get rid of it with the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Because on Friday, every week, my wife and I are going to sit down, watch it, and just foam at the mouth over what Marvel's doing. Stay with us.